Next, we're going to add some lights. To do that, I'm going to go to the Create panel, switch over to Light Mode. I'm going to make sure that my light mode is set to Arnold instead of photometric, which is the default currently. I'll switch to Arnold, and Arnold is a very dynamic light, meaning that just one object can be adjusted to lots of different settings. So I'm going to put this color back to normal, and two quick ways. Let me go ahead and hide my camera just to clear out some of the clutter here in my viewport. I'm also going to switch back off my show safe frame. To quickly make lights, you can activate the Arnold light button so it turns blue, and just going to click in our scene. So one click will drop it into your perspective or whatever viewport you're in actively. Okay, the other option is to use a click and drag method. So if you click and drag, you can see that it generates your target option. Okay, by default, if I just come back over and look at this first light's attributes in the modify panel, you'll see that target is off, but I do have the option to turn it on. And ultimately that target object is what's used to aim or rotate your light base. So the light base is separate from the target, but it will always respect the position of the target. That's how I determine where this is aiming. Okay, not all lights will have the targeted option. So there's a couple like the quad light, the directional light, or let's see, distant light will all provide options for target. I'm going to use a couple of quad lights and a spotlight, or a mixture of those. So I'm going to put this back to quad, and I'll go ahead and change the other to like spotlight. When you're working with lighting, it's a good idea to turn on the high quality mode. It's going to start to show you the results of your lighting. I'm going to go back to my camera just briefly, and you can see right now what the effects are of lights that I just dropped in. Alright, back to perspective mode, and let's make some adjustments to these lights. When it comes to the effectiveness of lights, you want to keep in mind basically three major parameters. Okay, and these will change kind of depending on the nature of the light. So by default, we'll start with the quad light. Right away, the last quad light that I made in my scene, I adjusted the dimensions. So I think by default this is something like 24 by 24. Okay, and you'll notice that the scene got overall darker when it made it when I made the dimensions smaller. That's because changing the dimensions, in this case the quad X and quad Y, determine this rectangle. That rectangle represents the light source, or more specifically the size of the light source. So making it a larger light source creates kind of more reach for that light. So that's one way that you can increase the intensity. So you can see this hot spot forming. I can, again, kind of dial that back with a thinner or smaller light. Okay, just to continue with the example, keeping an eye on that hot spot, I can also adjust under color intensity section. You can directly adjust the intensity, and of course increasing that is going to make it brighter. Decreasing it is going to dim it down. And lastly, you have the exposure. Now adjusting the exposure is going to kind of start to blow out the brights or the whiteness of that light. This is a very extreme result. You really don't want to exceed much lower than 6 and much higher than 8 as your kind of base for your intensity. There's camera settings that also play a role in that, but you're just trying to strike a balance between the exposure, the intensity, and the light size. Okay, so similarly, if I go over to my spotlight, the size of this is determined by a radius and the cone. So if I increase the radius here, you can see how the intensity of that light starts to seem brighter. It's just because the light source is growing. The cone angle here will kind of determine the amount of light that spreads across your surfaces, your subject. And the penumbra angle here, that is kind of the relationship between the hottest part, the brightest part of your light, and the fall off, which is the final edge that you see on the outside. So the higher the penumbra angle, the more spread that the concentrated light has, and the less fall off it has. So the more cone angle that you have, the wider that the light effect will spread, but the intensity is going to be based on the penumbra. And that's specific to spotlight mode for your Arnold light. So just quickly here, I'm going to put this quad light kind of behind, and because my target is in this direction, I can flip the angle of that very quickly just by changing the position here. And I'm paying attention to how these shadows are being affected. I kind of want this to be centered, so I'm going to go to my X and put that at 0, and just kind of need to put the target at 0 as well. So I'm going to select the target for that light and snap that to 0. That way you kind of got this kind of central backlight. I'm going to check my camera and see what the effects of that are. Continue to make some edits here. And I'll drop the intensity a bit. Go back to my perspective mode. Turn off my show safe frame. And make some adjustments to the way this spotlight is aiming. Good rule of thumb for moving objects like lights and cameras is to switch your reference coordinate system to local. And what that does is aligns your your Z value here to kind of the forward and back according to the light's individual angle. So it's not the whole scene or the view, it's based on the angle of the light, and that again is going to be determined by your target. So that can be really helpful. Alright, I'm going to switch this back on occasion to the view coordinate system in just a moment. And that's to make my duplicate. So I'm just going to hold shift and slide it over this way. Make it a copy and adjust my target. I'm going to centralize my target the same way I did the other. And do the same for this light as well. Just snapping it to look at the middle. Take a peek back and look at my render. At least my framing for my render. I like the backlights that I'm getting. I like the shadows that I'm seeing. Might take another moment to adjust the color for each of these lights a little bit, just to give it a little bit more character. Make quick selections of my lights here in my scene selector. And I'm selecting the base light object and then going to the parameters in the modify panel. Alright, so that's good for the lighting. Go back to perspective mode. before I go there, I can check my kind of render preview by activating active shade with high quality in my viewport settings. Okay, you'll notice that this is very intense on your resources, so you want to use that sparingly. You can probably hear my computer ramping up here. So I'll go ahead and cancel that. And I'm pretty happy with that. So in perspective mode, turn off my show safe frame. And I just want to frame this so that I can start to see the surfaces that I'm going to add materials to next.